Today we take a question from Facebook about should we be marketing talking to the pains and the fears of our audience, or should we be talking to the pleasures and what our audience actually wants to become? Should we be going pain or should we be going pleasure? My answer in this is probably the opposite to everything you've heard for the last 20 or 30 years, and it's worked for me, so listen up.
I fear no man, check my titles mate quickly. Came from the sky with the light of day in me and grew my own wings so the pilot came with me.
G'day guys, welcome to episode 49 of Ask Jack D. Today we're taking a question from Chris Eves from Facebook who asks, and let's get the question up somewhere around here because it's a long one. I'm not going to read out the whole thing. He says, hashtag Ask Jack D. Hey Jack, most businesses nowadays focus on pain point marketing, which he hates by the way, and I'm a PT and I hate marketing like are you tired and not able to shed those kilograms and all of that sort of stuff. He says, my theory on this is moving away from pain equals mere survival, but moving towards pleasure equals thriving. I want customers who value their health as opposed to just those that want to move away from the negative. What do you reckon? And you know, what should we focus on? Summarizing, right? Chris, really good question. And like really good question, because I've had a view on this for a couple of years now. So what we need to understand is that how we speak to our audience will determine the kind of customers that we attract. What happens, right, and this needs to be a marathon. Business is a game for life, right? It shouldn't be a quick game that we're using to get a few customers quickly and make a bit of cash and move on or whatever the case may be. Build something that matters. Build something with longevity. Build something that genuinely touches the hearts and minds of your audience and improves their lives. Whether it's an education play, whether you're in financial management, whether you sell soft drink, it doesn't matter what you do, but whatever it does, give them the results and move them and shift them and touch them in a way that they want to be moved and shifted. You know, it is the school of thought from the 80s is people will do more to avoid pain than they will to move toward pleasure. And, you know, we should be, you know, you should scare your audience to such a degree that they can't not buy what you're taking because they understand the consequences of not doing it, right? And you said it, Chris, you said it in your question. What that does is it gives you customers that are out for mere survival rather than those who have a more positive and more long-term outlook in terms of what they are looking to create or who they are looking to become, particularly in something like PT. So what we do is, firstly, speak to everything, right? I did an episode a couple of episodes ago about the 4 quadrants of understanding your consumer. Gresho, give them 20 seconds of that now. And so this is really important. You need to know what is going on in the heads and the hearts and the minds of your audience. If you look at this model, up here in the top 2 quadrants is the head stuff, right? What are their frustrations? What do they want? Down here is the more heart stuff. What do they fear and what do they ultimately dream of? And the more the further we can delve into their heart, the better we will know them, right? So those are the 4 quadrants, right? We've got frustrations, fears, wants, and dreams. Now, I think you should talk to all 4, but we do focus, and I do focus more on the wants and the dreams than I do the frustrations and the fears. And by the way, there's a whole internet marketing industry out there right now and a whole direct response industry going, no, you're wrong. It's better to be a painkiller than a vitamin. People want to overcome pain and speak to their pain and speak to the fear and scare the shit out of them. Then they'll buy. The thing is, I'm not out to manipulate anybody because manipulation breeds short-term obedience. It doesn't breed long-term commitment or long-term relationship. And that's what I'm after. I'm after genuine human connection. Right? If you're sitting across from someone and you're on a date, you don't want to be talking about, you know, the state of all the other males or females out there and how there's no other options and I'm the, you know, like that's not genuine, authentic relationship, right? That's not how human beings, I believe, start foundationally good relationships. So we speak to the positive side of things, right? Now, occasionally I'll address the frustration and the fears of our audience, but it's out of a place of care and almost not for the fact to get them more scared or more fearful or feel more shit about themselves. As human beings, we don't need help in that, right? We already have enough self-doubt and, you know, self-talk going on. We don't need people to call us on that and amp that up and move us into more fear. What we need is people to talk about that and almost assure us that everybody has those doubts and everybody has those fears and everybody has those frustrations, and that's fine. That just means that you're human. And by the way, here's a really good path that you can take, and I can help you with it if you like. around how you can become the best version of yourself. And when you have a message like that, you start to attract people that resonate with that kind of message, which in my experience is a higher quality of audience, a higher qualified audience. Not only makes your life a lot better because you're now dealing with great people, it's also a smart business decision because it means you win the right customers and you build relationships that are founded on authenticity and honesty rather than manipulation and scaremongering, which is what all of the internet marketers, direct response marketers, 80 salespeople will tell you to do, right? The world changed, doesn't work. Well, it does work, but just for the wrong kind of people, right? Be genuine, be yourself, speak to your audience, and do it with heart, right? Be authentic and watch as you start to attract people that you genuinely love and want to serve.
'Cause I'm lighting